Good morning, children. Lesson number 13, natural vegetation. The last part, the conclusion part, the conservation of a forest. So, Chipko movement. What is Chipko movement? A unique initiative was taken in year 1974 by the women of Reni village in Uttarakhand to prevent deforestation. So they put their arms around the trees to prevent tree cutters from cutting down the trees. This movement was called Chipko movement. It was led by Sundarlal Bahuguna. So children, this is a Chipko movement. Chipko means, in Hindi we call Chipko means like what you call very close. See, you can see in the picture there, they have been holding the trees, protecting the trees by stretching their arms together. So that was the movement where they stood against the tree cutters. So it was a unique initiative. Unique means it was the togetherness initiative. They took the initiative to take some steps against the deforestation. So in the year 1974, by the women of Reni village, that is Reni village in Uttarakhand, to prevent deforestation, the step was taken. But of course, the step was very successful. Many people gave a good response, and many people supported for this cause. So, but they put their arms around the trees to prevent tree cutters from cutting down the trees. So, by doing this, they protested against the cutting of the tree and those who are cutting the trees. So therefore this movement was called Chipko movement. It was led by the Sundarlal Bahuguna. So he is the man who took up the movement, and he went ahead. So lastly, the government programs. Of course, in our school every year we celebrate Vana Mahostava. So that is the point, or that is the day we celebrate, and we plant the trees. By planting the trees, we celebrate the Vana Mahostava. So where the trees can grow. So now our government has launched many programs to conserve the forest. They are as follows. One is Vana Mahostava and one is social forestry. So the aim was to encourage people to plant more trees and protect the existing ones. In order to encourage the people and to plant the more trees in order to sustain. These programs are also organized in schools throughout the country, where children partake in planting the trees and help to make the Mother Earth green. So the government has taken many steps. So the planting of the plantation or the plant, special and Vana Mahostava we see in all over the country, they plant the plants. And the social forestry, especially there is organization where they protect these trees, and they put the fence so that no one can enter and cut the trees and all. So even there are many programs are conducted in a school wise and college and other in social organization wise and all, where the awareness is given about the forest, so that the trees should not be cut. So rather plant the trees where the human being can survive. So even the children have been given the initiative The children have been encouraged to get the plants to school, or whether in their back of the houses, front of the houses, wherever there are trees, so can be planted the plants, so where they can grow into big and give shelter and protect the pollution and keep the society or the people with the good health and good condition. So therefore the government has taken long back, the government has taken the major steps in order to conserve the forest, not to burn the forest, not to put a fire in the forest, or not to cut the trees, even save the wild animals, leave the wild animals in the forest itself, not to go for any hunting of the animals, not hurting the animals. So there are many steps have been taken by even by the government. So this one of the Chipko movement was one of the successful program. Till today we have that Chipko movement. So therefore nowadays we can see the cutting of the trees from the forest has been less, not much, because even the people those are in charge of the forest are very strict. They are not allowing any man to cut the trees from the forest. So even for the firewood also people are struggling now. People are struggling for the firewood. So I think in a year 1 or 2 days the government allows the people to collect as much as firewood, but not cutting of the trees, but the which are of waste, which are fallen, which are here and there, so small which like a bushy types and all, they can cut them and can make firewood for them lovely wood living. So these programs are also organized in schools throughout the country, where children can partake in planting the trees and help to make the mother earth green. So if the mother earth is green, so everyone will have a very good life to live. Okay children, so once again I'll go through the Chipko movement. A unique initiative was taken in year 1974 by the women of Reni village in Uttarakhand to prevent deforestation. They put their arms around the trees to prevent tree cutters from cutting down the trees. This movement was called Chipko movement. It was led by Sundarlal Bahuguna. So this is the man one who supported, and he took it and he led the Chipko movement. So the government programs, our government has launched many programs to conserve the forest. They are as follows: Vana Mahostava, and second is social forestry. The aim was to encourage people to plant more trees and protect the existing ones. Finally, these programs are also organized in schools throughout the country, where children partake in planting the trees and help to make the Mother Earth green. So this is all about the natural vegetation. So the forests are large areas of land covered with trees. Forests are very useful to us children. They provide us with many things. They supply oxygen to the air. They help in causing rainfall and make the air cool. Trees help to prevent soil erosion and thus control floods. They even provide shelter to many animals. Then the trees provide us with the timber used for making furniture, houses and many other things. A pulp used for making paper. Medicines are prepared from the leaves of tree like neem. Firewood used as a fuel in the villages. Then we studied the types of the vegetation. There are 5 types of vegetation. The first one was evergreen forest. The second one was deciduous forest. Third is coniferous forest. Fourth, thorn forest. And fifth is tidal forest. So There are 5 types of forest we studied: the evergreen forest, deciduous forest, coniferous forest, thorn forest, and tidal forest. So this each forest has got its own unique way of growing. The evergreen forest always remained evergreen. They never shed their leaves at a time, whereas the deciduous forest are also called monsoon forest, and they shed their leaves in summer season, and they grow especially in the foothills of Himalayas and the southern part of plateaus. Whereas the coniferous forests are called also mountain forest. They found in hills or the Himalayan region or the parts of the Nilgiri hills. Next, thorn forests are also found in areas with the high temperature and the less rainfall. And the tidal forests are also called mangrove forest, and even these are called as Sundarbans because the tree called Sundari. So after that, the delta region of Ganga is called the Sundarban because of this tree. So the famous Sundarbans forest is named after a tree called Sundari that grows in Ganga Delta. Okay, children. So this is all about the natural vegetation. Please go through the lesson, go through the videos and try to understand. And if you have any doubts and all, so let us discuss in the online classes. Okay, thank you.